Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting Sunday evening. UltimateE has two showstoppers lined up for us. First up, we present the INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. This has been done in the past and we're back at it again. Coming up next at 9 p.m., we're going to have the finale of the R Factor Battles of Cities All-Stars Retro GP Championship. So it's going to be a cracker of a day of an evening of racing to watch. For this one, on the INDO-CEYLON GP Championships, I am joined by Sam, who's in Colombo representing the Sri Lankans as well. Sam, welcome. How are you?
Good. Good evening to everybody. Here we are once again on another Sunday. Trying to burn some rubber.
Absolutely, Sam, because this is exactly what we're looking forward to every evening when we come out on the weekends. And it's great to have you guys back on board with us. And I see your boys have been practicing quite a bit, so it's really been exciting to watch them in practice. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are at UltimateE's first event of this evening. We are at the INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. This is presented by the FMSCI, which is the Federation of Motorsports Clubs of India, and the CMSC, the Colombo Motorsport Club, supported by Sony India and Gran Turismo, supported by the FIA Action for Road Safety. So we're doing a lot of stuff over here, and it's great to see us doing things when we're taking this international. So we're going to have the Indians today versus the Sri Lankans, and I think we're in for a cracker compared to what we saw the last time. So Sam, let's just come right into this with the drivers and the way we've got and the tracks and what we're going to be doing today. So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be India versus Sri Lanka. We're going to be racing in two tracks. First off, we're going to be starting off with the Nurburgring, located in Germany. This has been nicknamed the Green Hell by Sir Jackie Stewart, and it's been one of the most iconic circuits ever to be for people to race on. And we're going to be following that by Brands Hatch. Each one of these is going to have one race on these tracks. The first race will be a 10-minute quali and a 10-lap race, followed by a reverse grid for the second race at Brands Hatch for a 12-lap race. Of course, these guys are going to be consuming fuel and tires, so you will see pit stops in between. But Sam, now coming back to the guys we have here, I'm going to introduce the Indians and then hand it over to you for the Sri Lankans. For India today, we have a couple of the usual suspects: Aditya Raghav, Pradyumna Prakash, Dylan Zachariah, Ashwin Lakhwani, Pratik, and Gaurav. These guys, 6 guys who probably some of the best in this country right now, racing in GT. And for Sri Lanka, Sam, take it away. Who do we have?
Okay, for Sri Lanka we have Thiago Pereira, M. Riaz, Sabri Salam, Tiran Pereira, Huzefa Jafaji, Ashan Silva. And the wildcard entry that we're thinking of is Adam Junaid. He's one of the youngest drivers that you can possibly get. I believe he's just turned 11 or 12 or something like that. And out of the guys that I just mentioned, Ashan Silva, he's a highly competitive driver, as well as Sabri Salam, not forgetting the Riaz and Huzefa. So these guys are the ones that you need.
Sabri Salam and Huzefa last time out gave us a great showing, and in practice Sabri was really quick, taking the pace of the Indians, because the ancient player Aditya Raghav is rather quick on this track, and it's great to see these guys been practicing and up their game compared coming in for a great battle this time out, Sam.
Yes, it is. It's just, I mean, yesterday we finished the Q2 and Q1. And on pole would be you guys need to watch out for Thiago Pereira as well. So he's right there at the top.
Looking forward to this now. We're absolutely looking forward to this because, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be racing they're all racing on PlayStation 4s on the GT Sport games. We're racing GR2 cars. These are based on cars that compete in the GT 500 class of the Super GT. It's going to be 6 versus 6 between India and Sri Lanka. So, of course, you see the liveries on the left-hand side. When you look at the timing screens, you can notice all the guys, the Indian flags on the Indians. Sam, the couple of different nationalities you guys have. So, what's going on there?
Actually, not. They are all Sri Lankans, but unfortunately, there's one guy who's displaying an Indian flag. Am I not correct? Yes, I think so. But they're all Sri Lankans. But I believe they have got their network connections or PSN IDs
from across the world
through different countries. So that's what it's been shown there.
Perfect. But ladies and gentlemen, so anyone that you don't see without an Indian flag is representing Sri Lanka. Do not worry, they're not based in those countries, like Sam just clarified for us. But here we are. We're just starting off with qualifying. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a 10-minute qualifying session. So we have 8 minutes to go within this session. Also some great racing over the last couple of days with these guys as well. Because the Indians, they have been racing. Sam, these guys raced yesterday. They raced yesterday as well in the Battle of the Cities. A couple of guys in the we see kabooms a lot with who's gone in the barriers as well. And here's your guy, Riaz now. We're riding on board with him currently in 12th place. I think he's an outlap. Narain Pereira right now for Sri Lanka as well. You've got some great liveries going on, Sam. I love those colors on your cars.
Yes, what we have done is, I mean, kind of, we want to display the colors of the Sri Lankan flag. So that's exactly what we have done. I mean, we try to bring as close as possible to represent the Sri Lankan colors.
Yeah, it's great to see because we've got the same thing on the cars from India as well. It's pretty much the exact same ones. But that being said, Sam, with about 7 minutes to go into qualifying, we're right now on board with Aditya Raghav, and it's been. We've got about So on that we've got with this, I mean, we've got the FMSCI, the CMSC. By Sony, India GT support, the Gran Turismo one, we got FIA action for road safety, but we're about 7 minutes of qualifying to go right now. It's gonna be great to watch because Sam, with these guys, when we saw them last time out, we saw people like Josefa, Sabri Salam take the numbers up. I mean, take the Sri Lankan numbers, take the guys in Sri Lanka attack a lot further up. About this time around, have they been practicing a lot?
They've been practicing. Like last time. For most of the guys, it was kind of the a new thing. Instead of going against the AI, going up against actual individuals, the drivers. So it was a good experience, an eye opener for most of these guys. And though these guys have been driving for quite some time, but not exactly against now the competitors. So they got to know firsthand, and after that, what they did was they need to. I told them they need to pull their A game up and start practicing hard, and look forward to the next event.
Yeah, because I mean, like we can see, Sam, right now we're about 5 minutes to go. While Aditya Raghav, we saw him the last time out within the Indo-Sri Lankan battle as well. He took the spoils for India in both races. But right behind him, we have Pradyumna Prakash in second place. And he's been, Pradyumna has been around the block, but he raced yesterday as well. Came home really, I mean, he finished on the podium as well yesterday racing. So it was really good watching these guys. Well, in third place, Sabri Salam, like we mentioned earlier, is up in the third place. What a stonker of a lap. And he's not very far off because you look at the timing screens right now. Of course, Aditya Raghav is about 2 seconds quicker than the rest of the pack. But between Pradyumna Prakash, Sabri Salam, Thiago Pereira, there's absolutely nothing in it, like less than half a second, Sam. I think we've lost Sam there. I'm not able to hear him on my end. So I'm going to continue taking you
through. I'm back.
There we go. He's back.
I think there's some, internet.
There must be some internet issues, of course. We're at the mercy of tech, Sam. So yeah. But like I was saying, Sam, earlier, of course, I think right now Aditya Raghav up in front, he's got about 1.6 seconds on Pradyumna Prakash, and that's a great showing by him. But between Pradyumna Prakash, Sabri Salam, and Thiago Pereira, there's about half a second between those three for the top four. Which is great to see right now, Sam, because last time out we did not see the Sri Lankans in the top 5 at all, but right now here they are, in the top 3.
Exactly, like I mentioned before. Yes, we need to bring our A game on today because it's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, these guys have been practicing and they want to be close to you guys a lot, not like last time.
And that's exactly where they're getting, because right now we see Riaz there and putting a stonker of a lap and coming up in the second place. So that's really great to see, Sam, because this is exciting. This is going to make for some super exciting racing. And the last time out,
it's going to be very, very interesting competitive racing that we can look forward to.
I really want to see people like Riaz, people like Sabri, people like Josefa take the battle to the Indians, take the battle to Aditya Raghav, Pradyumna Prakash, Dylan Zakaria, of course. All these guys have been around the block for quite a while. They've all been racing week in, week out. And I'm sure, Sam, what's it like in Sri Lanka with the esports culture right now?
Okay, what we have done is, with regard to Ceylon Motorsports Club, we have initiated to bring out grassroots level motorsports, and we have invested at least about 10-11 units of racing simulators. So what we have done is we have started the initiative to take it to different cities, which we have done, but unfortunately we had to kind of curtail it due to the coronavirus pandemic. But once everything is okay, once the government says okay for us to do outdoor events, yes, we will be starting. But having said that, with this whole lockdown scenario, a lot of the guys who have been doing this outdoor, they have kind of gone inside their houses and started doing simulator games, simulator, tournaments, stuff like that. So I mean, it's a good thing, but that for Sri Lanka and India both to get together and do stuff like this.
I mean, that's great, Sam, because that's exactly what we need, right? At the grassroots level, that's where all our talent lies, and we can catch them early and watch them grow through there. That's something really, really interesting that you guys are doing. So thank you so much for doing that for motorsport around the world. But jumping back into qualifying now, with 2.5 minutes to go, we still have Aditya Raghav setting the pace up in front. But Sam, that's great showing by Riaz up in second place, Pradyumna Prakash in third, Sabri Salam, Thiago Pereira fourth and fifth. That's so great to see 3 Sri Lankans in the top 5 at the moment, followed by Ashwin Lakwani in 6th, Pratik in 7th, and Dylan Zakaria in 8th place. So Dylan, we know, has been very, very quick around these, very, very quick with these cars and this game. We're waiting to see what he can do throughout. We're waiting to see what he can do. But as we're saying that, I think Aditya Raghav has now set another fastest sector, and he seems to be on a stonker of a lap at the moment. And he's right on board with him. Just how cool and calm and collected he is, because he's been so quick throughout. When I've been watching him over the last couple of weeks, and he's been really, really consistent. And I'm really great to see that some of these guys like Riaz and Sabri are going to take the fight to him today. Of course, he's gone purple the second sector again, so he's on an absolute flyer right now. But there we go, we're riding on board now with Thiago as well, like we were talking about him. So Sabri, great to see these guys in the top 5 at the moment. So they have been practicing and putting in the hours, I can see. I think Sam again is
to
Sam
add on
again is on a connection issues. He's got a few connection issues, so we're waiting for him to jump back. I'm sure I'll hear his voice boom across the moment he's back on, letting me know he's there. So we'll get him back on very, very quickly. But there we go. We still got now 1 minute, exactly a minute left in the qualifying. We see Riaz trying to get a little closer to Aditya Raghav. He's setting personal best as well at the moment. He looks like he could, because he is right now he's on a of a lap, going absolutely at breakneck speeds, but a 145.9, he's gone below the 146s. That's the first time we've seen it through practice as well, so it's that must have been a superb lap by Aditya Raghav at the moment. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, 30 seconds to go in qualifying. We're at UltimateE's INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. This is we're here at the moment, so this is going to be this is going to be a crazy one to watch. So I'm waiting to see if we can hear from Sam, because apparently we can hear Sam, but I can't hear him. I think he's back on board. I can hear Sam now, I think. Sam, are you there with us?
I think yes, I am. I think I know, for some strange reason today the links that can communicate between two countries is kind of going wonky. I don't know what's wrong.
I mean, I think we'll sort that out. I'm pretty sure it'll all even out as we go along. But qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 minutes left. Of course, we've just finished. This is pretty much the last 2 minutes of time remaining for qualifying to get over. All these guys right now, Sam, are on their last flyers, and we see Pradyumna Prakash out of nowhere put in an absolute flyer of the lap, and we're following Thiago around right now. So there's absolutely nothing between the top 5, top 6. There's, oh my God, Sabri Salam now is nothing. He's so close to him. There's half a second now. Pradyumna has pulled out between him and Riaz at the moment, but right behind Pradyumna, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all the way down to 7th place. Those are a whole bunch of Sri Lankans right now in there. And our first, and our first Indian driver right after that is in 8th place at the moment. So apart from Aditya Raghav and Pradyumna Prakash on top, the remaining between 3 and 8 at this point in time, while these guys set their fastest laps, might a couple of things change. But yeah, Sam, that is a superb showing, and I'm only looking forward to the race right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I mean, Riaz, Thiago, all these people, all these drivers are right up there. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how they get onto the track for the real race.
Absolutely, Sam, because right now, I mean, we never saw this last time out for sure. When we did the Indo-CEYLON Virtual GP 1.0 a couple of weeks ago, the Indians did come out very, very strong. And the first Sri Lankan driver that was the closest was in 8th place. But coming back a couple of weeks later, we can just see, ladies and gentlemen, what practice does right now. Because if these guys have been practicing and it's been shows, it so clearly shows right now. Because when you look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down there, which is about 5 positions, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen, 5 positions there, like we were just saying, are held by the Sri Lankans right now. So, Sam, we've got 2 guys up in front, starting on the front row. You've got the remaining 2 rows behind, and then we come back again. I can't wait to see what's going to happen, Sam.
It's going to be very interesting, guys. It's going to be, I mean, for some of these guys driving the GR2 car is, it was the first time. When they first started practicing it. So it's very new for them. Keeping my fingers crossed, all these guys have done pretty well on the practice as well as the local qualifying. Let's see what's going to happen in a few minutes once the lights go green.
Absolutely, they're on their formation lap right now, just coming into the grid. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the Indo-CEYLON Virtual GP. It's a rolling start, so you can see these guys are now coming down the straightaway. It's a 10-lap race. Ancient Pleb, Aditya Raghav in first place, followed by Pradyumna Prakash in second place. In third, Thiago Pereira in fourth, Sabri Salam in third place. But then we see Riaz taking a wide line. He's taking Pradyumna Prakash off a little bit. So that's losing them a whole bunch of places down there. Starting second and third right now. That's a lot of places, and that's still giving Aditya Raghav a good lead right up in front. But behind him, you can see all 3 Sri Lankans, Sabri Salam, Riaz, and Thiago Pereira battling it out for second, third, and fourth at the moment. Pradyumna Prakash being dropped back in the 5th place, and he's going wider. He's been pushed. I think the Sri Lankans are hustling him around right now because he's coming back hard to them. I think stewards might take a look at that because Husefa right now has pushed Pradyumna Prakash off as well, pushing him down to 6th place. But Pratik has come back into 5th place right now for India. But right now, up in front, we have Aditya Raghav in 1st place, Sabri Salam in 2nd place, Thiago Pereira in 3rd place, Tiran Pereira as well in 4th place, and Pratik in 5th place, running off our top 5. That has been a crazy start to watch, and coming into the last hairpin, coming into the swinging hairpin. Sam, what a crazy start. We've got 2, 3, and 4 right now. The Sri Lankans, and right behind, very close, behind Pratik as well. You have Pradyumna Prakash, Husefa, and Riaz. Oh, we see Pratik going wide, Pradyumna going wide. Is that also going to give? Yep, I think that's going to give Husefa that drive through. Husefa is coming through on Pradyumna Prakash, and it's giving Riaz the drive as well. Coming through on Pradyumna. Pradyumna has had a terrible first lap from 2nd all the way down now into 8th place. He's been hustle, push, everything he could do right, could not go right with him. He's got to get his elbows out a little bit more, I think. But that right now, as it settles down, we're coming into the last sector. Sam, what a start!
Yeah, like I said, guys, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, all our guys, Sabri Salam, Thiago Pereira, Tiran Pereira, Riaz, they're really pushing it hard today. So it's gonna be very interesting to watch what they're gonna do, what their pit strategy is gonna be like. Let's see what these guys are up to.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like you said, Sam, it's going to come down to the pit strategies because these guys are so close together, and we saw that at qualifying. We saw that in qualifying as well. These guys are super close together, and it's great to watch these guys because right now Sabri Salam in 2nd place with Thiago Pereira in 3rd. The Sri Lankans are putting on a mighty show right now here with Husefa in 6th. Riaz right now in 7th place. So Riaz also had a crack of a start, but then he got involved with Pradyumna a little bit, so they've been dropped back to 7th and 8th at the moment. But Sabri Salam running on board of them. Sam, take us through this lap because he's doing what a brilliant job and putting out a 1.5 second lead now.
He has been. I mean, look at the way that Sabri is driving. Like he's so smooth. He's not excited, but he's driving a pretty good job. And during the qualifying as well, he has done a pretty well timing yesterday and day before. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how these guys progress, how the race progresses, because it's not going to be an easy, walk in the park kind of thing. You need to know your pit strategies properly, when to come in, and what needs to be go on, and how much of fuel that you're going to take on board. So all this will play a crucial role when it comes to the middle of the whole event, the number of laps that they have consumed, stuff like that.
Because that's exactly what it comes down to. So some of these guys might be going light right now for the first couple of laps, might fill up a little later, so that might take a little longer in the pit stops, ladies and gentlemen. And they could do an undercut and overcut because the in-lap and out-lap, like we've been discussing with Atya Radman week in and week out, I mean, that pit stop, I mean, is what matters is that in-lap or the out-lap that you do. That's going to make or break that pit stop that you do. But there we go. Atya Raigav right now, a comfortable 7-second lead ahead of Sabri Salam. Sabri Salam seems to have taken about 3/10 on Thiago Pereira behind him. But right behind Thiago Pereira, there's a little bit of a line forming between Thiago Pereira, Tiran Pereira, and Pratik with Pratik Riaz and Huzaifa Jafaji all the way down to 7th place. There's a nice all the way up, all the way down to 7th and 8th place. So he's got a big train right behind him, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, but leading the pack is one of the. I mean, I would say that you need to hats off to the Angel Club, who's driving brilliantly. I mean, he did the same thing for the last event as well. But our guys are right behind him, so he can't exactly, ease off and cruise along. So you need to watch his mirrors, because our guys are going to be right there next to him.
Never say never. I think that's been the moral. That's been the moral right now. Because never say never is what I think we've been. I think what we're going to be looking at. Because even though he has that 9-second lead, he might go in the pits, and who knows? I mean, he might be pressured into a mistake or whatnot. But that's what we got to look forward to. Because things change, and like we've seen over the last couple of weeks, Sam, all the way down to the wire, things change, and especially this train from Thiago Pereira all the way down to Pradyumna Prakash. No, I think Pradyumna Prakash has made a place up on Huzaifa Jafaji right now. So all the way down to 7th place is a little bit of a train forming. So when these guys do pit, I have a feeling they're all going to go in together. But if some of them don't and are smarter, they could just get off with this. So I think here we are. Yeah, we're back on board now. Pradyumna Prakash made up a couple of places right now, 16 seconds off the lead. So yeah, it's anyone's race at this point in time with 4 laps completed, 6 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, it's UltimateE's INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. We're racing race number 1 in Nurburgring. This has been a crazy 4 laps because the Sri Lankans this time around have taken it to the Indians, and we've got a great battle on our hands. I think all our practice is paid off, and right now they're in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now at this point in time, and holding the Indians off, who last time out were much quicker on paper, and that's so great to see, Sam. I think Sam again. We're just waiting for Sam to come back, but I'll get Sam back on very, very quickly. But yeah, I think this has been a crazy race for the Sri Lankans, because I am very, very surprised, to be very honest. And it's a story of the underdogs. I think, like Arman mentioned yesterday when we were talking about the underdog story with people going up against Patrick, that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Because people like Sabri Salam, Thiago Pereira, like these are the guys Sam told us to watch out for, and they were super quick last time around. But a little bit of practice, they've come back and they're taking it to the boys. They're taking it to our boys right now. So Sri Lanka versus India, and Sri Lanka right now seem to have the upper hand. Sam, I think you're back with us. I think I was just saying how Sri Lanka right now has the upper hand in this particular battle, in this one-off championship.
I hope you guys can hear me, because the network is really lagging today. I don't know, for some strange reason.
I mean, we are at the mercy of tech, unfortunately. But of course, it's great to have you with us, though, Sam. But like I was just saying, we're always talking about the underdog story, and right now with Sabri, Thiago, and Tiran in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, this to me has been a great showing, because these guys as well are hustling each other with Pratik right behind them, and Pratik is quite quick on paper as well. But with Tiran holding him off, it's great to see. But Riaz right now taking the battle. Pratik, whoa! He's just such a great mover on the inside. He just pushed his way through, but what a move Riaz around the inside has given Pradyumna Prakash as well another line down. He's made up a place, which means Pratik has been a bit of a loser there, dropping 2 places, but Riaz and Pradyumna have made up those places. Sam, this is getting so exciting now. 5 laps in, halfway through race number 1, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in that pit stop window at this point in time. But here we go. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way down. Yeah, those 4 places right now, Sam, is filled with the Sri Lankans. This is what I love, because we are getting hammered.
Okay, well, but these guys are doing, I mean, they're really pushing it hard this time, because last time, yes, it was new to some of these guys. And right now, I mean, what you're seeing is we are pushing to the maximum today. So it's going to be very interesting what the Indian drivers are going to thinking about the pit strategies, how they're going to perform. Let's see what the the pole position driver is going to be thinking right now when he's going to pit in, because right now, like you said, yeah, it's time for them to pit in.
Because between the tires and fuel, where we're riding on board with Sabri, and we see he's got about a quarter tank of fuel left. That may last him one more lap, but that's about it. I'm pretty sure by the end of next lap he will have to jump into the pits. But that being said, I mean, Sam, this is an absolute stonker right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look at the tire depletion. I mean, they need to be considering that as well, because I mean, if the tires are depleted so quickly, I mean, you're going to lose a lot of grip taking all these corners. So you need to be mindful on that too.
Absolutely, because there's a great battle right now brewing for third and fourth place between Riaz and Thiago Pereira. They're hustling each other right now, but Pradyumna Prakash seems to have made another place up. He's moved up another place into fifth place right now. Through, I think Thiran has made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped down 2 places. That's moved Pradyumna up 1 place. But riding, with Thiago Pereira in third place, with Riaz in fourth. Pradyumna now in fifth place. Pratik in 6th place. Thiran in 7th place. Swaggy didn't exactly in 8th place, so I was expecting a lot more from him. Waiting for him to come back through, because there is a pit stop, so I'm waiting to see if he's something up his sleeve. But Aditya Raghav right now out in the lead, comfortable lead. He's got over Sabri Salam, setting fastest laps on the way as well, with the 146.2. Right now we're riding on board with Thiago Pereira in third place. Whoa, I think, I think Thiago's been taken out by his own teammate right now. And let's give him Pradyumna. Pradyumna has taken advantage of that, because I think Pradyumna and Pratik, because Riaz and Thiago got tangled up there, and it seems that Thiago has pushed, or Riaz rather, has pushed Thiago, which is given Pratik and Pradyumna 2 places up there, but they're not giving it up. They're right there as well. You can see Riaz at this point in time holding, he's keeping Pradyumna very, very honest. He's going to come back at him really, really hard, because I don't think he's very happy right now, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, guys, and none of these guys should make stupid mistakes. I mean, you need to keep at it. You need to be mindful of your racing line, and if somebody is going to be coming right behind you, breathing down your neck, you need to be mindful of what you need to do. You need to watch your mirrors and do what you need to do, not make stupid mistakes.
And I think, as we say that, I think all these guys now are diving in the pits. They're trying to race within the pits as well. You see them, so all of them now, except Ancient Pleb, between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're diving into the pits as well. Ancient Pleb out there, 21 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Let's just see how much fuel these guys fill in, because they might not come out in the same order. Because right now, Pradyumna Prakash seems to have made a couple of places up, but Sabri Salam, there we go, coming out of the pits. We got Sabri Salam. Riaz seems to have made a couple of places up. Pratik has made a couple of places up as well, and Pradyumna has been dropped down to 5th place. Sabri Salam as this comes out, but Riaz and Pratik seem to have been the biggest winners in that pit stop battle, Sam.
Yeah, like you also mentioned, pit stop strategies will play a crucial role. You know, you need to be mindful of how much of fuel that you're going to take into the car, because I mean, if you fill up too much, the car is going to get heavy. So you need to crunch the numbers and do what you need to do.
Absolutely, because I mean, these guys, they probably have time to perfection. But with 3 laps to go, we've got 7 laps completed. All these guys have finished their pit stops except first place. I think Husaifa Jafaji as well, down in 8th place, is not pitted yet. So we're waiting to see if he pits as well very, very soon. I think 1 lap in, they will pit. There we go. I think this might just work in Riaz's and Sabri Salam's favor, because at this point in time, they've come out where Riaz has gotten a big advantage. He's only 1 second behind him. And Pratik right now about half a second behind Riaz. So Pratik is going to keep him very, very honest at this point in time, going into the dying laps of this race. Riaz, there we go, in 3rd place at the moment. And we have right behind him, we have Pratik and Pradyumna Prakash also locked in battle for 4th and 5th. So as it stands, there we go. I think Ancient Pleb Aditya Raghav has gone into the pits right now. But he's half a lap ahead of these guys. These guys are right now coming around Sector 1. Aditya Raghav, which is in the pits as well. So he's got enough and more time to come out comfortably, I think, ahead of this. But Sam, there we go, with Sabri and now Riaz, the biggest gainers in this pit stop battle. I love this, because the last two, I think Riaz hasn't made a mistake, because Pratik has taken 3rd place, and there's a big battle right now for 3rd and 4th and 5th at the moment between Pradyumna, Pratik and Riaz. This is great to watch, Sam. That's 3 wide right now. That's 3 wide going down the start finish straight. I wonder if they're going to say the same as this. You can see right now, I think Pradyumna Prakash is in 3rd place. Riaz is trying to get that slipstream down that long straight before he hits the Michael Schumacher S's, before he hits the Yokohama S's into the Moses Arena, and he's got that 3rd place done. So it was a great piece of racing by Pradyumna, taking advantage of the mistakes made by Pratik and Riaz back there, Sam. But I think Sam Riaz is coming back at. Yep, Riaz is coming back very hard right now at Pratik. And I think Riaz made a mistake behind and he's gone off a little bit, which is giving Thiago Pereira now. It's come up in the third place, come up in the fifth place. So Riaz, while he made a great move on that pit stop, it seems that he could not hold that position. He's come back down right now in the sixth place after engaging in battle with Pradyumna and Pratik and Thiago as well. Let's see, the stewards have anything to say about that, but we're still waiting to hear from them. But that being said, now with 2 laps to go, everyone seems to finish their pit stops. We have Aditya Raghav in first place, so they're comfortable over 22 seconds on Sabri Salam from representing Sri Lanka. Pradyumna Prakash representing India in third place. Pratik from India in third place. Thiago Pereira representing Sri Lanka in fifth. Riaz representing Sri Lanka in 6th, Narain Pereira representing Sri Lanka in 7th, and Huzaifa Jafaji representing Sri Lanka in 8th. So Sri Lanka all the way from 2nd, they've got a huge haul of points right now if they can finish in the same order, because at this point in time we do have the ancient club Aditya Raghav in a comfortable lead. 2 laps to go, but I think these guys are getting closer and closer to each other, Sam, as these laps go on.
At this point in time, you should make stupid mistakes. In the sense, like, you need to hold your position, but at the same time, you need to get on to the driving etiquette of being highly competitive. But I don't know what happened. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happened down the line of Riaz and Thiago's spins and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see what the stewards will say.
Because I think at the moment, even Riaz is carrying a little bit of penalty, but this game does allow you to get rid of them. So it is possible that he can get rid of these penalties by the time the race is over, because we still have 2 laps to go. We're on the 9th lap, the penultimate lap of the race. We have Aditya Raghav right now with a 25-second lead over Sabri Salam, but 2.7 seconds behind him is Pradyumna Prakash and catching him very, very quickly. And he's taken advantage right now. He's taken advantage of the mistakes made by Riaz. Right behind him, we have Pratik in 4th place, Thiago Pereira in 5th place, Riaz right now in 6th place. So let's see if he can catch up, because he's not too far behind Thiago Pereira right now. The Narain Pereira right now in 7th place, and Huzaifa Jafaji in 8th place is running off our top 8. We had hopes of people like we're trying to see where people like Kubum Zirat Gaurav, Dylan Zakaria, these are the guys from India that we were hounding on a bit, but they don't seem to be anywhere in the top 8 at the moment, because it's been a superb showing by the Sri Lankans at this point. And Sam, the Sri Lankans, they've pulled out everything right now, and these guys are driving with their elbows out, and that's so great to see. Some great competition and battle on our hands, and I hope this goes on for the next couple of weeks with us.
Yes, definitely. It's going to get better and better. And right now what you're seeing is we have pulled out all the stops, and we are giving everything that we got, and it's going to get better and better, because these guys need to learn to be highly competitive and driving on these events with international drivers. Hats off to all your drivers, all the Indian drivers. When I first saw them when we ran last time, it was an amazing to watch how these guys drive, how composed they are, and how the lines that they took, what defense strategies that they were doing and stuff like that. So it's amazing. So it's going to be very interesting. In the future.
This is exactly what we're seeing, because like Sam said a couple of weeks ago, we saw them. He was in praise and awe of the guys from India. But I'm going to turn the tables right now, because two weeks later, these guys, the Sri Lankans, have come back with such beautiful driving styles. They figured out how to drive this game. Sabri Salam right now in 2nd place. That's owed to exactly what's going on. Pradyumna Prakash in 3rd, and we're on our final lap, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so great to see right now, because last time out the field was pretty bunched up with the Indians in the top 8, and then we had Huzaifa Jafaji was the quickest Sri Lankan, but coming back out again, people like Sabri Salam, that's exactly who he told us to watch out for. Sabri Salam, Riaz, all there in the top 6 right now. Thiago Pereira, all there in the top 6 right now, which is so great to see, because we do have a battle on our hands, and I can't wait for one more race. So ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more race after this. We're going to be going to Brands Hatch immediately next. It's going to be a reverse grid race, so stick with us, don't go anywhere. And there we go, Aditya Raghav, the ancient pleb for India, crosses the line a comfortable 30 seconds ahead of Sabri Salam. But Sabri Salam from Sri Lanka, we're just going to follow him around the last sector right now. It's been a great showing. He's taken advantage of everything that's taken advantage of all the mistakes that have happened out in front, but from then has absolutely controlled the pack behind him, has not put a foot wrong, and it's been wonderful watching him drive, because here we go, Sabri Salam coming down in second place right now. It looks like Pradyumna Prakash has made a little bit of time, but not enough. He needs another lap. And there we go. I think there we have it. Sabri Salam across the line. Pradyumna Prakash in third place. So great comeback from Pradyumna. He started second. Now he's coming back in third place. Pratik in fourth place. Another Sri Lankan, Sri Lankan Thiago Pereira in fifth place. Riaz in sixth place. So he was way up there. A great pit stop. Came back out well ahead of the rest of these guys. A couple of mistakes, but I think even hustling down the line, he's moved up 2 places. I think that's with the penalties these guys got. So Riaz, he has finished in fifth place at the moment, so we're waiting to see. But there we go. That's Dylan Zachary Swaggy Dilly. We thought he'd be a lot further up. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our classifications at this point in time. The Aditya Rag of the Ancient Pleb takes spoils in Nurburgring for the first race of UltimateE's INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. This is presented to you by the FMSCI, the CMSC, in association with the CMSC, supported by Sony India, the Gran Turismo Sport, and we support the FIA Action for Road Safety. We're now going to be going in race number 2, but before that, I'm going to bring Sam on, who's joining me from Colombo. Sam, what a race and what a showing by your boys.
What a race, yeah, exactly. I mean, hats off to all the drivers, especially to Sabri Salam and, all the
Pereira, Riaz, they all did such a great job, yeah. I think that's been such a great thing to see, Sam, because I mean, it's just been so great to see the Sri Lankans come back so strong. And I can't wait, only because we've got one more race to go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be jumping now into race number 2. Sam, we're going to be at Brands Hatch now. This is another iconic circuit. We've got some such iconic names named after the greats of the corners. There have been named after the greats of the sport. People like Graham Hill, the Brabham Straight, the Graham Hill bend, the Surtees Curve, the Hawthorne Hill, Sterling's Curve, the Sheen Curve. So this track is just steeped in so much history. And with these guys going then, and the history of Sri Lanka, it's going to be great to see these guys go absolutely crazy on this track, battling with each other. Because you're going to have a full reverse grid right now, which means the guys at the back, I think the Indians who could not keep pace with Sri Lankans might just start up in front now, Sam.
Yes, now they'll have a chance, and our guys who are at the front of the grid will have double the work that they need to do. They need to pull everything that they can pull out and make a huge comeback.
Absolutely, it's going to be a rolling start as well, Sam. So I can't wait to see this go. I can't wait to see this go. We're going to have a full reverse grid again, and like you said, with the kind of pace that Sabri Salam showed, that Riaz showed, that Thiago Pereira showed the last time out, I'm not going to be surprised at all to see them up in front. And of course, with your wildcard, we haven't mentioned him too much. Adam Junaid, he's finished a commendable 11th place in the last one, so that was a good one to watch as well, Sam.
Yes, he's going to be interesting. I mean, if he does come on track, he's just 10 years old. So we'll have to wait and see. And he has improved tremendously over the couple of weeks that we've been running, and we've been teaching him exactly what needs to be done. And he has improved. Let's see. That's why we have kept him as a wild card entry for this weekend. And talking about the ring, I mean, a lot of people say that it's a hell of a track. I mean, I was driving the other day, and I mean, it was hell for me. I mean, there's one corner. You can't make any mistake. You make a mistake, you're straight into the barriers. And
I think you're talking about that little U-turn that comes down the Paddock Hill bend into Halewoods. So going on T1 and T2, that drop there is quite crazy, because if you do make a mistake, this track, ladies and gentlemen, is quite narrow and it's very unforgiving. There's a lot of gravel around. The barriers are very, very close to you. So Sam, I think we're going to be in for an absolute cracker right now. I'm just waiting to see what the reverse grid will be. I'm waiting to hear from the stewards as well in terms of what the had penalties, what the finishing order was. But that first race, anything that we saw, the Sri Lankans right now, my money's on them, because it was such a superb showing. And I think based on the last race out, Sam, I think we're going to have a couple of these guys starting from the back. So I think your guys we didn't see earlier, like Adam Junaid, people like Tiran Pereira, people like Huzaifa Jaffaji, now will start way up in front, and it's going to be great to watch them, Sam.
Okay, but now it's going to be different, because those guys will be kind of onto the front of the grid than the guys who are leading the pack, like your driver Sabri Salam. They'll be at the back of the grid, and whoever was at the back of the grid during the last race, they'll be at the front of the grid. So we'll have to wait and see what these guys are going to pull out.
I mean, yeah, because Aditya Raghav in 10 laps was about, he had about 30 seconds by the end of it on Sabri Salam. So he was a good 3 seconds quicker a lap. And if you can see, let's see what he can do coming from all the way from the back, because he's definitely going to start at the back of the grid. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 7 seconds away from the race number 2 starting. I'm on board. This is UltimateE's INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0 with the FMSCI CMSC supported by Sony India, Gran Turismo, and FIA Action for Road Safety. It's going to be a 12-lap race, so for sure we're going to see pit stops. Maybe not one, but two on this track. While it's a rather short track, because it's about 4 kilometers and odd. It is a rather short track, so we could have a possibility of a single pit stop. But 12 laps, and the way these guys have been pushed, I wonder if they're gonna stop more than once. So let's go further. I mean, we're almost ready to go. We're a couple of seconds out from starting right now. This is race 2. This is going to be race number 2. Race number 1 is an absolute cracker with the Sri Lankans fighting back really hard, taking second place with Sabri Salam, Thiago Pereira, Thiago Pereira having some great outings there as well, and taking it to the boys in India. So we're just waiting to go. We're just waiting to start. There we go, Sam. We're going to have a rolling start. I think the lights are going to drop as they go across the line, and off we go. Oh, there's a little bit of banging. Adam now is in the lead with Kaboom Slot, which is Gaurav from India in second place. Ashan Silva in third place. Ashwin Lakhwani in fourth. Dylan Zachary up in fifth place. Hussefa Jafaji now in sixth place. Tiran Pereira in seventh. And Thiago Pereira in eighth place. This is the top 8, and we had a rolling start, ladies and gentlemen. So they came across the line flying. But Adam right now, that's a great little. I think he's got a great little move done on the first corner, because it's such a tight track, as you can see, and he's trying to hold off Kaboom Slot. Kaboom Slot was pretty quick, which is Gaurav Vail driving for Team India. So there's India versus Sri Lanka for first and second at the moment. Ashan Silva for Sri Lanka in third, followed very closely by Ashwin Lakhwani in fourth place. This is going to get very close as we come around these last couple of corners. Sam, what a great start, what a great showing right now by your little boy Adam.
Exactly. So you need to be mindful of this guy, because he's been driving tremendously well. Like I said, he's our wild card entry, and let's see what he can do. I mean, the grid has shifted the other way around. So and talking about this track, there are
I think
where
he's
you can
been a
overtake.
big mistake. I think Hussefa Thiago has had a big mistake down there. He's dropped down the order quite a bit. Yeah, which moves Ashan. No, I think that was Pratik. I think was a big mistake. So Ashan Silva has now moved up in second place with Ashwin Lakhwani behind, and Dylan Zachary now up in the fourth place. So it's great to see Swaggy Dilly now up in the fourth place. Let's see if we can see his speed. But right up in front, Adam, the top 2, the Sri Lankans. Sam, the top 2 Sri Lankans. Adam in the lead. And I think Ashwin's come up in second place. I think there's a lot of contact with Hussefa in the background. We saw him drifting and going 4 wide, which brings Thiago Pereira into the end. And bringing Thiago Pereira right now in the mix. Prakash has made up a whole bunch of places now in 7th place. We have Sabri Salam now, the first, Riyaz and Sabri Salam in 8th and 9th. So we do see that we see the guys from behind, who started from behind now, making their way through, because a couple of these guys have made mistakes. And there we go, we're on board with Prakash, and he's having a great battle right now with Thiago Pereira for 5th and 6th place, 5th place at this point in time. I think he's made that move stick. With Swaggy Dilly he did. And he's just purpled that sector. I think, we're on board. Pradyumna Prakash just purpled the middle sector. That's been some great pace by Pradyumna at this point in time. But there we go, right up in front. We still have Adam right now. Adam Junaid, who's Sri Lanka's wildcard, up in front. Sam, this is great to see.
Great. It's very interesting, but a lot of guys going off track, because I mean, this track is not forgiving at all. I mean, there are places where you can overtake, but if you make a mistake, since the track is very narrow, you're gonna.
I think Ashan's taken Adam as you were talking. I think Adam's made a mistake somewhere, Sam, because he's dropped off my timesheets completely right now, and Ashan Silva is in first place, with Ashwin Lakhwani now in second place, and Thiago Pereira in third. We're on board with Thiago Pereira, and he's got Hussefa Jafaji and Pradyumna Prakash right behind him. As they come down into Halewood, into Druid, through Graham Hill, this is very close. It's really hard to overtake down this corner. We see how Thiago's back and slipping out. He's pushing so hard to keep himself ahead of Hussefa. And I think Pradyumna Prakash has now come up into fourth place. That's a great drive for Pradyumna from almost all the way at the back of the grid, coming up to fourth place right now. So he's held his advantage. But up in front right now, Ashan Silva in first place, Ashwin Lakhwani in second place, Thiago Pereira in third, Pradyumna Prakash in fourth, Hussefa Jafaji. We didn't see much of him last race. Let's just see what he's up to, Sam, because he's right there. And Pradyumna Prakash is on Thiago Pereira's tail, and he is setting purple sectors. This is great to see. A 119 as his fastest lap. So he's got it. Ooh, he's got him down the inside. Is he going to get him down that inside line? Coming down Westfield into Dingledale. I love that corner's name. And Pradeep Prakash gets that move done. He's in third place at the moment. And Thiago Pereira seems to be dropping back a little bit because Riaz has got him as well. Riaz and Thiago going at each other, which is given Riaz now is come up into fourth place. So Riaz starting in the back grid, coming up into fourth place. Sabri Salam now in sixth place. So Thiago Pereira, Sam, is getting mugged a bit.
Yeah, he's getting mugged with from our own guys. Let's see what he can do. He needs to compose himself and stay at the correct racing line.
Ooh, and he's got, they can see out there, the ancient pleb, right behind Thiago Pereira right now. That was so close. He showed him that inside wheel. But ooh, he's breaking really early. Out there, around the outside. Is he going to make this move stick coming around Graham's Hill, coming around Druids and going into Graham Hill? Ooh, it was very, very close. It was very hard to overtake down there. Hide it out, he could do it. But let's see if he gets the better exit coming through here. Out there, now, right behind Thiago Pereira. He's got a better exit. He's now side by side coming into Sterling. This is going to be great to watch. And he's got that move done. What a super move out there, Raghav. Down the inside. That was such a great move down the inside.
That's a brilliant move. That is a brilliant move.
It was such a great move, and here we see we're on board. Pradyumna Prakash, he's got Ashwin Lakhmani right now in his sights. Pradyumna has been putting in some crazy laps at this point in time because he's now 3/10 behind him. And Sabri Salam in fifth place. Ancient Play Adar Raghav now is a second behind him. So we saw these guys battled out the last race, but here we are, 1.2 seconds. You can see him taking chunks of time out of him every sector. And between Pradyumna Prakash and Ashwin Lakhmani right now, there's absolutely nothing in it. But Ashan Silva right now, we have a Sri Lankan who's leading, Sam.
Exactly, and I'm just wondering what exactly happened to Adam Junaid.
I think he made a little bit of a mistake because Adam Junaid just dropped straight off my time screen, so I'm guessing he's gone wide in the gravel trap. But right now, Ashan Silva, 1.1 seconds right now ahead of Ashwin Lakhmani and Pradyumna Prakash. So the top three, this is second between the top three right now because Ashwin Lakhmani and Pradyumna Prakash, I think he's got that move done. Yes, he has got that move done around the Graham Hill bend at this point in time with Ashwin Lakhmani now in third place. So Pradyumna Prakash has made some super moves through the field to come up into second place, and he's reeling in Ashan, right? He's reeling in Ashan Silva right now because he's taken out 2/10 already in two corners. This is great to watch. Right now, the top three, less than a second between them, or half a second between the top three. And Pradyumna Prakash is now put in a 1:17. He's taken 2 seconds off his fastest lap. So it's great driving skill and racecraft by him at this point in time. So behind them, let's see what's going on. We've got Riaz right now, who's come up in the fourth place. Sabri Salman now in fifth place. Ancient Pleb Raghav in sixth place, our last time's race winner. Thiago Pereira in seventh place, and Dylan Zakaria now in eighth place. So all the guys we had from Riaz, Sabri, Ancient, Thiago Adar Raghav and Thiago Pereira. These guys started at the back of the grid, Sam. They've all made their way up right now. That's great to see.
Yeah, they're catching up, and if you look at the timesheet, Riaz has done a 1:17.
I think he's going to make that move. Adar Raghav right now. Adar Raghav is going down the inside right now of Sabri Salam. I think he's going to make that move count because it is a very short straight going into Paddock Hill Bend, into Halewoods. Oh, he's got that move done. That was beautifully done. He lined him up from Clark Curve all the way from the last corner. But right now, there we go. Sabri Salam is fighting right back at him. He's trying to come right back at him, but he's not able to do so. And here we go. The battle for the lead at the moment between Ashan Silva, Pradyumna Prakash, and Ashwin Lakhmani. This is Sri Lanka versus India at this point in time, and every man for himself is what I can tell you. But Pradyumna Prakash has been putting in some flyers of a lap, and he's now half a second, no less than 3/10 right now. Ben Ashan Silva, he's got to pick his move, pick his breaking points, pick his move, see where he's weak, and see where he can dive bomb him down the inside, because this track does have opportunities to overtake. And Pradyumna Prakash right now, second place has been, but I think behind him, Ashwin Lakhmani seems to have made a little bit of a mistake because he's dropping off a little bit, Sam.
Yeah, he is. But he needs to pick it up and push himself. To make a little bit of more distance between him and the guy who's breathing down his neck.
Because Riaz, I think right now is coming at him very, very quickly. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 12-lap race. We're only 6 laps in, and there we go. I think that's gone in. I think who's gone out? Yeah, I think there race leaders gone in the pits. So Ashwin Lakhmani, number 1 and number 2 have gone. Number 1 and number 3 rather have gone in the pits. So the first and third have gone in the pits at this point. We've got another 6, 7, 5 laps to go. With Pradyumna Prakash now is taking the lead. So this in-lap of his is going to be crucial to watch. We're on board with Adar Raghav, who's got a decent amount of fuel actually coming in right now. So he could could just do a one-stopper right now in third place. Let's just see if it works in his favor, because he's got a little bit of clear air. There we go. He's putting in faster times at this point in time. The 1:16. So this is going to be crazy right now. So Ashan Silva has pitted, so he was in the lead. Now it's Pradyumna Prakash, who's in first place, who's taken over that lead. Riaz right now from the back of the field for Sri Lanka has come up in second place. Ancient Pleb Aditya Raghav again from the back of the field, who started all the way last, is now up in third place. And remember, these guys have not pitted. The only two who have pitted was Ashan Silva and Ashwin Lakwani, which is India and Sri Lanka. And these guys were the first and third. So let's see what the rest have in store. Sam, right now we're in the realm of pit stops again.
Exactly. I mean, this is the crucial time. I mean, if you look at the screen right now, you can see how fast the fuel is depleting. So these guys need to pit, and that's where your pit strategies come into play. You need to be very mindful when you're running a long race like a 12-lap race. These things play a huge role.
Absolutely, because I mean, it looks like Pradyumna has gone in. Yeah, he's out for another lap. I think this is definitely going to be his last lap before he comes in. There's a 1.2 second gap between him and Riaz. So Riaz has been driving really well, because he's taking about 2/10 every other corner on Pradyumna Prakash right now. He's been driving so well, Riaz, and you can see his actual speed come out. And right behind him, Aditya Raghav as well, not too far behind on this pack. And behind them is Sabri Salam. So Sabri is as well in fourth place, where a Stonker finished in fourth place, finished in second last time out. But Riaz, yeah, we get to see what he's been able. We get to see his class right now. Sam, take us through this.
Okay, but what he's trying to do is, give your guy, I mean, a lot of pressure. That's exactly what Riaz can do, because I mean, when he was driving for qualifying as well, I mean, this is exactly what he did. He's a brilliant driver, and he can give you a lot of pressure behind you. So
he looks like it for sure, because
he's going to take that advantage.
Looks like he's taken a whole second out of Pradyumna, because right now he's on his gearbox, he's on his tail. He's pushing Pradyumna across right now. There's 7/10 between the two of them, but of course, these two will come into the pits to that is for sure. Their fuel is almost depleted, the tires are almost going. Yeah, there we go. The top two are now in the pits. Let's just see if this shakes the order up a bit, because I think Aditya Raghav is in the pits as well. Sabri Salam is in the pits as well. Yep, I think all these guys are now going to go into the pits, but Ashwin Lakwani now seems to have come out. I think Ashwin Lakwani seems to have come out ahead of Ashan Silva. So Ashan Silva and Ashwin Lakwani went in together, but it looks like Ashan Silva is going to come out ahead of Ashwin Lakwani. Yeah, Ashwin Lakwani is coming out ahead. So Ashan Silva seems to have made a mistake and dropped down the pack somewhere, but there we go. I think with pit stops completed now, Riaz is in the lead. Sam, that was some great tactics there, because he has now come out ahead of Pradyumna Prakash and Ancient Pleb. Ahead of Ancient Pleb. So Pradyumna Prakash seems to have lost some time in the pits with 3 laps to go right now. So I wonder if he filled up a little too much fuel, because chaos right now for Sri Lanka in the lead. This is such a great one to see, because he's got Ancient Pleb Aditya Raghav, one of the quickest drivers, right behind him. Pradyumna Prakash right now in third place. Ashwin Lakwani in fourth. Swaggy Didi, Dylan Zachary. We didn't see much of him last race, but it's great to see him back again in the top 5. Pratik in 6th place. Thiago Pereira in 7th. And Sabri Salam in 8th place. Sabri, it looks like he doesn't have too much space this time around. Sam?
Yeah, but I think he may have done maybe 1 or 2 mistakes. That's why he's at the back of the grid. But I mean, hats off to Riaz. He did a very calculated pit stop strategy. So let's see if it works out. I mean, we're on the 9th lap of 12-lap race. Let's see what he can come up with. But he can't exactly rest, because as you can see right now on his rearview mirrors, he's seeing Ancient Pleb all over his rearview mirrors.
Aditya Raghav right now. Aditya Raghav is showing him every single part of green, white, and orange he's got on his car at this point in time. 7/10 now between the two, but 3 seconds between these two and Pradyumna Prakash. But if Riaz does hold up Aditya Raghav for a little bit of time, that's going to get Pradyumna Prakash enough time to catch up, because he's taken a couple of 10s out every single corner. This one, we're on board with Thiago Pereira in 5th place. So we can see Sabri Salam now, it looks like he's made up 2 places. He was in 8th the last time around, and Dylan Zachary, which is in the top 5. So there's been a mistake down there, I think, at some point. Zachary now has moved back down into 8th place. Sabri Salam has moved up 2 places. I think he's moved up 2 places as well. So I think Swaggy Dilly looks like he's made a little bit of a mistake somewhere. I think we should be able to get a replay of it sometime soon. But there we go. We're right on board right now between Riaz and Aditya Raghav. This is India versus Sri Lanka for the battle. 2 laps to go. This is really, really impressive, and I wonder if Riaz can hold him off, because he's got his elbows out. He's making that car as wide as it seems right now down that racetrack. Not letting Aditya Raghav have a look into any every single corner he's going into. This is brilliant defensive driving. He's keeping him guessing right now in which way he's going to go, Sam.
Okay, and you need to be mindful. I mean, you have the slipstream coming in as well. So your Indian ancient pleb has the advantage.
Oh, there we go. I think he's lining him up. He's lining him up. He's lining him up. He's gone deep in that corner.
Exactly
but what a beautiful line by Riaz. He's held that defensive line. He's not letting him go. Like I said, he's making his car. Oh, I think he's made a little bit of a mistake and gone tiny bit wide. Which gives, it's going to give Aditya Raghav a run up again. It's going to give Aditya Raghav a run up again down in the 30s. But it's very hard to overtake down here, ladies and gentlemen. Until you get a Pilgrim's Drop and Hawthorne Hill. Oh, he's got him. He's all over his gearbox. He's pushing him through right now, Sam. This is great racing between Riaz because he's made his car as wide as possible. Got his elbows out. He's braked so late. Can he hold it down that corner? Oh, he's gone wide and that gives Aditya Raghav the lead. He braked a little too late. We saw Aditya Raghav cool, composed, control. He goes back into first place again. Oh, I think he's made a mistake. I think Riaz has gone off. Yep, Riaz has gone off, which is Pradyumna Prakash now comes up in the second place. What has gone on with Riaz? He's made a big mistake coming. He's made a big mistake going on his Sterlings. And I think Ashwin Lakwani right now, right behind him until he gets to the speed. I think Ashwin's going to be able to get him coming in his Sheen curve, going into Sterling's going into Sterling. That was such a great run. But Riaz, let's see if he can hold it through for the last spot on the podium. This is for third and fourth, the last spot on the podium right now. Thiago Pereira right behind them, running up the top 5. This is some great racing that we saw, and Riaz, as much as he took everything at Aditya Raghav to hold him up and made a little bit of a mistake. Sam, this track is unforgiving. That was some brilliant defensive driving.
Unforgiving. Yeah, it is. It's completely unforgiving track. You get yourself so much of pressure and you break. That's what happened to Riaz, I guess.
There we go. We're on our final lap now, Sam. This is the final lap, I'm sure. I mean, he's still driving such great defensive lines, holding on to that third place because he knows that belongs to him. He drove he could have, if he didn't make that mistake, I have a feeling he would have held up Aditya for another lap. Aditya would have thrown everything at him, but the way Riaz was driving, those defensive lines that he's driving are absolutely brilliant because he's parking the car exactly where he needs to and not letting Ashwin right now get a look up at him. But I think coming around the last lap right now with the leaders, we have the ancient player Aditya Raghav in first place, Pradyumna Prakash in second place. So great recovery drive by Pradyumna. He started at the back of the grid, now finishing in second. It's going to be superb for him. But there we go. I think Riaz and Ashwin now. I got Ashwin pushing Riaz across to the last spot on the podium. Riaz has gone wide again. Has he been pushed wide by Ashwin because that's going to give Ashwin third place at this point in time. With Riaz in fourth place, but there we go. I think Ancient Pleb just crossed the line, so Aditya Raghav 6 seconds clear is coming across the line. Pradyumna Prakash in second place for race number 2. So the India takes number 1 and 2 and third place, but I think Ashwin stewards are going to have a look at Ashwin. This is Riaz for fourth place. He's getting hustled by Thiago Pereira, but Riaz, that is such a brilliant drive this race. He kept us on our toes the entire race and was great watching him. This is Sabri Salam and Pratik right now crossing the line in 6th and 7th with Dylan Zakaria. Swaggy Dilly, he was up there for a long time, but made a mistake. Someone has dropped down our timing screens to finish in 8th place. Then Ashan Silva, who was our race leader, seems to have made a mistake as well. Seems to have made a mistake as well, finishing in 9th place. Kaboom Zorad, we expect a lot more from him. Gaurav finishing in 10th place. But Sam, what a great race. I still need to catch my breath because it was battles all the way up and down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the pole position, for the first guys as well as down the grid, it's battle all the way. But unfortunately, I mean, you make a small mistake and you pay the huge price. That's exactly what happened.
But there we go. Aditya Raghav, we've got to give kudos to him. Started on pole the last race, finished race 1 in first place, the commanding lead. Here we go. Started last on the grid in our full reverse grid for race number 2. Finished first again with a 6-second lead. Pradyumna Prakash in second place. I think they're going to have a look at Ashwin because I think he'll be under investigation for sure because that looked like a little move he made on Riaz. It couldn't have been legal for sure. Riaz in fourth place. What a great drive by him, Sabri. But what a great drive by him, Sam. I was so impressed by the way he held Aditya Raghav off. And of course, didn't make that mistake for sure. He could have held him on for a lap more for that race win. Thiago Pereira in 5th place. Sabri Salam in 6th place. Pratik in 7th place. Swaggy Dilly, Dylan Zakaria 8th place. Ashan Silva was leading the race for a really long time in 9th. Kaboom Zulot Gaurav in 10th place. Husefa Jafaji in 11th. And Tiran Pereira rounding off our top 10. Here we go. Sam, it's been a great evening of racing. There have been two super exciting races, and thank you for joining us, Sam, because your boys have been a class apart this time around. They've brought the fight to our boys, and I love the way this is finished. We've now really got our battle on our hands, and I can't wait for 3.0.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting all of us to race with you guys. It's been fun. Yeah, like you said, yes, we did bring the A game. Next time it's going to be totally different. We'll we'll see what happens. We'll probably dominate the first 5 places. That's that's the whole plan. Let's see what happens.
I don't think you guys are too far from doing that because you did do that the first race. You got a couple of you guys on the podium. It was great watching people like Riaz, Thiago Pereira, Sabri Salam. You called these guys in the beginning, and that's exactly who we're seeing come up on the top. So, Sam, thank you very much. I'm going to let you go now, but ladies and gentlemen, this has been UltimateE's INDO-CEYLON Virtual GP 2.0. What what great racing. The Sri Lankans have really brought their A game to the party. The Indians now need to up their game for 3.0, and I can't wait for that in the future. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, in 45 minutes time at 9 p.m. we have the retro All-Star Retro GP of the series. This is the last race, and we're going to be at Sepang for 2 races in a very iconic car with Mika Häkkinen's McLaren, and I can't wait to go racing in 45 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Grab a cold beer, get a quick drink, grab some dinner, and we'll see you in 45 minutes. But Sam, thank you for being here with us all the way from Colombo. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you very soon.